Welcome, travelers, to another installment of Atarik's Crew. It is I, the Teller, and I am here, as always, to tell you a tale. Thus far, our tale has followed the travels and travails of one of the units of Atarik's crew. Now, our quirky crew has successfully performed various duties for the commander with various levels of triumph, including the deliverance of correspondence to the north, conquering the innards of dragon turtles, offering their likenesses to kobolds' worship, and more recently attending to slosh socialites at a gala at the governor's lavish home, which has attracted much malice aimed at our said host. This day our crew counts down the hours till the ship banks in Gravisport and their undercover pleasure cruise comes to an end. While still trying to weed through many leads with so very many dead ends, our sleuths are feeling the pressure of their time constraints. Carvis attempts to sleep off her all-night guard duty, while the team tries to wrap their brains around the early morning arrival of Falstaff, a fluffy and jolly Arcanoloth. Everyone is scrambling to find out who the real traitor is on the ship before it's too late. Has the real culprit been hiding in plain sight all this time? Is it someone who has charmed their way into our crew's hearts? Or are they just that adept at subterfuge as to elude the watchful eye of our stalwart team? And that, dear travelers, is where our story begins today. So without further ado, please, travel on.
I was just picking out the tidbits that were not covered. There are unimportant things like the dwarf from the north gave musicians pipes.
Yeah, that's the thing you chose.
And with that lovely alliteration, hello and welcome, internet denizens and others, to another riveting edition of Front Shell's The Dicening, Atarik's Crew. If you're curious who these people are, there's name tags. Read them. If you don't know what's going on, go check out The Teller Retells. There should still be one live here on the Twitch, and then there should also be some on the YubTubs. Go watch it. If it's not live, yell at us on social, at Front Chill, so that I can find some time to actually put it live and put all the notes in and everything. Otherwise, as was retold by the Teller and by our cohorts here in the channel beforehand, we left on a bit of a cliffhanger. Oh right, as always, we give thanks to our mysterious and not so mysterious benefactors, Yev, Nomad, Doomsayer, and Backblaze. If you want to see this keep going, see it get better, see it grow, go engage with that. Shout out on the socials, etc. But yeah, some of you hear some of your characters hear a distressing thud as Railder falls to the deck unconscious.
Oh. Oh no. Is he dead?
Meanwhile, Tim continues the notorious TIM dog paddles towards the body in the water, manages to scoop it up in his gloriously gangly arms, and begins side paddling, thrashing back towards the ship as people, like they typically do, look on without actually doing anything. So, from there, what do y'all wish to do?
Hazel will dramatically throw himself down and check for a pulse on Realder.
Excellent. Make a medicine check.
Good. I only have only a -1 there.
And for those of you who wish to follow along, you will not be able to see Hazel's medicine check because they have not added their character to the D&D Beyond campaign.
I forgot to tell her that's my babe.
Which we now have.
What was I supposed to do?
Cool.
Rude, Tony. Tony, look what you did. Look what you did.
We're in escrow. We have a lot going on.
I believe this was before. Never mind. All right.
You know what, Elisa? After this is over, we're gonna find some ways so you can get my personal phone number, and we'll do some communication through text.
Wow.
Are you guys friends on like every form of social media?
I don't.
Yes.
I will send it
Yeah,
right now.
we got
Anyway,
the Instagrams.
so with that delicious
we were
-1.
supposed to,
Yes.
Yes.
we were supposed to put our characters on D&D Beyond.
Yes,
Apparently,
I posted
it's
about
just-
it several
It's
times.
not just me. It's not my fault.
It's in the one place where it would be, but okay. Yeah, what was that roll you got?
I mean, I managed to use a D&D Beyond, so I can share that with you whenever, but I know I'm not in the campaign. I don't know what the campaign is. I rolled 7 minus 1, it's a 6.
Railder may or may not be a humanoid.
Oh
He was definitely alive recently, at least.
Should I roll a perception check to see if I even noticed that Railder dropped? Because I know my girl.
Oh, it was a definite thud, and I'll give your passive perception that you realize that.
Oh, my passive perception of 11.
Yeah. You would have had to roll below say a 10 to not get anything useful.
Oh, so I just barely made it. Okay.
Am I allowed to take an action?
Sure.
Alright, because I just don't know. I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna go blow one of my my 2 healing spells and just be like to see you well would be preferred. Let's pick you up with a healing word and slam a first level healing word on Realtor.
You hear a satisfying as you make contact with this pile of meat that you're pretty sure was your second in command, technically.
Why is he dead?
And you hear a from that contact. So either that was gas escaping from one end to the other, or he's not dead.
Cargus leans over.
Not dead Realtor gets 3 points of healing.
Are you listening for his heartbeat at his foot?
Me? No, I was gonna make a different joke and basically like, he said to blave.
To blame. We all know it's the lie.
Oh God. Princess Bride, Little Mermaid, Futurama. We're all coming in hot.
No, Carvis would be like, turn him over on his side so he doesn't puke on Joke and die.
All right. So you
And then like I
you
took to
assist in
shoving him over onto his side and making
Sure.
sure like, is he throwing up? Like, what's he doing?
Would you also like to make a medicine check?
Sure, I'll make a
All
medicine
right.
check. 17, 19.
He's not dead. He's unconscious.
All right, he's not dead. And then I just kind of like bap him like I don't slap him really hard, but I just
Yeah,
gotta be like,
some back
hey,
pats. Yeah.
wake up, wake up, wake up.
Underneath the various sort of exasperated gasps at this point, because people are like, oh, from the rescue ongoing, you hear a slight snore come from Railder.
Oh. I guess he was tired. Oh, okay. Where? I look for like the nearest like lounge chair.
You've heard of an affliction like this before. You believe it's called narcolepsy.
Is this how this is gonna go from now on?
I like it.
I like it too. I don't hate it. All right. Oh, okay. He's fine. Let's just get him off the floor and put him in a chair. Hazel, will you help me, please?
Yeah. I mean, get him.
We lift Railder and we plop him in a deck chair, and I like cover his face so he doesn't get
Absolutely.
sunburned.
So, amidst this weekend of burning, this diet, this diet weekend of Bernie's situation, you hear a ear-piercing scream after a short bout of splashing, and you hear, "He's dead!"
Jesus. No, he's
Am I there yet?
No, he's just sleeping.
he's alive.
None of you are.
We just figured that out. He's snoring.
No one is looking at you.
Where are they looking?
Oh God, the water.
The ocean.
No, the body of water, the water in the body of the water. The body in the water. Not
Yes.
the body of water. The
Tim.
body in the
Oh,
water.
is Tim dead? Oh no, not Tim. I liked Tim.
As you look down at the lower decks, you see Tim is not in fact dead.
Oh, good.
Tim is valiantly attempting mouth to mouth on the body of what is horrifyingly Governor Dulks.
No.
There is also another body laying on the ground next to this situation, around which there's a clustering of bodies. Someone is fanning the other. I'm going to use the word corpse, but they don't appear dead because there is a heavy heaving of the bosom.
Do we don't recognize the other heaving of the bosom person?
No, someone fainted.
Okay. Oh, someone fainted.
They need salts.
Oh no.
No, that's our job.
We're not gonna get any money. We're gonna get zero money. We're gonna get negative money.
Am I within 60 feet of the governor?
Yeah.
All right, last those others, one other healing spell. Just like, see, we'll get paid. So let's pick up with the healing word and get paid. Try. Let's see. What else he can take it? He gets 4 points of healing.
So some of you notice two scraggly quarter notes magically apparate and slap into the body of Governor Dulks. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have any sort of effect.
Oh, we're in so much trouble. What's her name? What's his daughter's name?
Hepzibah.
Hepzibah's gonna be real sad. She's also gonna be real mad.
It's gonna be great for her music, though.
She's gonna be mad sad.
She's gonna put out the best album ever.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, but that's like dead dad. Good news. I don't know if that's a really good trade-off.
You hear
You were doing such a good job too.
an
You were so
excessive,
honest.
a fucking Greek chorus amount of wailing coming from Tim.
Oh. Poor
He,
Tim.
your boy's distraught.
Oh no. Oh, it's okay, Tim. I'll be right there. And I like run down the stairs to Tim, and I'm like, Tim, it's gonna be okay.
He's
I'm
drenched.
It's gonna be fine. No, it's fine, Tim. You're gonna Tim.
He died on my watch.
No, Tim. It's fine. I shake him. I'm like shaking him. I'm like, we're gonna figure this out, Tim. We're gonna figure this out. Promise. We got this. We're gonna figure this out.
Perception checks.
Have I made it to the scene yet?
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
What would Clash like to do?
12?
Well, I'm perceiving at the moment. Also with a 12. 9.
Attaboy, Hazel.
That's our himbo.
What would Clash like to do aside from the perceiving? Or would Clash like to perceive first?
I guess I need to perceive first because I wasn't there for any of this.
Okay, well you can very much hear Parvis lightly assaulting Tim in his moment of incredible distress. And with the 12, everyone's around. Dulks is dead on the ground, kind of bloated, kind of gross.
How long is he in there?
Yeah, I was gonna say he wasn't in there long enough to be bloated and gross.
A while.
No.
We just heard the splash.
A short while. Well, there was that business with Railder, and there was the time it took Tim to get to him and back. One might argue it was more than about 12 seconds, which is 3 rounds.
Fine, but I don't think he's going to that bloated. I'm gonna argue with you on that one.
Well, a lot of water.
It
Stuff.
takes him a couple hours to swim after him.
No, but a few rounds, which is long enough to make death saves. But with the 23,
Yes.
you notice Falstaff just munching, watching, and he kind of goes, "Ooh," as if he could do something about it.
You over there. Come here. Here. Right here.
Tim's on his knees. Klesh, did you want to do something?
I think Klesh stops at a perimeter of some point and sees that everything they were trying to what's the word I'm looking for, prevent, has fallen, and is just sort of staring on, lost, because they have no magic and no way of reviving something. So just dejected Klesh on the outskirt.
Okay.
So there's an opportunity, Polly.
There's an opportunity for Polly?
Did you wish to jump in with something?
Oh, did she notice the same thing? Did she have her perception?
No, but I wanted to make sure.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Okay, hey, hey, couldn't make it worse. I mean, socially.
I guess you can shout, is there a cleric in the house?
So, yes, with your 23, what do you wish to do with that?
I'm like Falstaff. I'm like, hey, you over there. You Falstaff, come here.
He notices once you actually say his name, he goes, and like pops the rest of whatever it is into his mouth, sort of crunches on it.
Yeah, if you weren't so cute, I would have killed him by now.
Hooks his thumbs into his little vest and sort of waddles over.
I need that photo that you made from Lisa from the last time of him, so we can like repost it.
And he's like, no.
Can you help?
Oh, with him.
Yes, with you.
Oh yeah.
Help, please.
Ooh, that's a higher price, and I don't work for free.
He's the mayor. I'm sure he'll be happy to pay you.
Good point, but he's in no spot to negotiate currently.
Which means you can just ask for whatever you want when he wakes up.
No, usually people just deny you payment. And then you
the
have to
mayor.
then it's work and you have to
He's not
haunt
going to
them
deny
and-
you payment.
Have you worked with him much?
No.
He looks over and he's like, anyone else can vouch for the corpse?
No one.
And everyone's still kind of...
He had a fancy party.
Everyone's really kind of freaked out, really, that first it's, oh god, they're saving
funny.
someone, and then, oh god, he's dead, and oh god, now we're negotiating about making him not dead, so there's just a lot.
I mean, I have some gold, but I don't have a lot of gold.
I have some gold I can help contribute harvest.
What do you need to do this from us to make this happen?
One of his eyeballs kind of scans across, and he goes, well, I'm not in so much need of gold, but I do have a task I could have you undertake.
Done. I will do your task.
He puts out one little paw, and he says, place your hand upon mine to accept the terms.
Can Klesh stop this?
Sure.
I mean, you can try. You can try. Oh gosh.
Let little fatty fox man work. I love him.
Acrobatics check to like yeet myself across.
Shush, Doom's here. This is our only hope. We don't have a cleric. I mean, we kind of have a cleric, but we don't really have a cleric.
You have an unconscious paladin.
They say our paladin has narcolepsy.
Damn it, Railder!
A level 1 bard who used all their
What if I just like place? What if I just place Railder's hand on?
Oh yeah, you can
On
go
the
back up the deck and drag him down. Yeah,
like
yeah.
just put him on top of it. Will that work?
Sure.
I'm
We can
joking. I'm
bruise
not
him.
gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Go ahead, Klesh. You're gonna try and jump in.
18 acrobatics to throw myself over there and be like, wait!
Klesh launches himself like a trout upriver in betwixt Carvis and Falstaff.
Polly just points.
It's like a green comet.
Yeah.
Just like, wow, there they go.
I understand that we're in a predicament and we really would like to bring the governor back, but before you make a deal with someone, you should really ask what the terms are. Wait.
You see
What
another
is your
piece
task?
of food. As you see another piece of food has appeared, like a cigar almost, and he's like, "Oh no, that one's got a good head on their shoulders, even if it is a little high." No. Nothing difficult, nothing dangerous. I would like you to deliver something to another nation, a little to the south, and once that's done, I will consider the payment in full.
I just stare at Klesh, like, waiting.
As Klesh is forever and always a courier, what nation?
Tarj.
What's wrong with Tarj?
Nothing's wrong with Tarj.
It's old
personally.
Egypt.
Yeah, there's things wrong with
It's
Tarj.
a crumbled nation. Most of you just know it as like, oh, it's the Egypt. It's the Rome.
It's where Deline is from.
Oh, okay.
It is. So if anything, Clash is like, it's
Because Klesh knows a bit about the Arcanoloth from last time, making the roll. They very slowly put their hand in his. I will deliver your message.
all right. So who's all got their hand in?
I shout for Polly and Hazel, and I'm like, bring Railder down! I need his hand!
At the prospect of touching the little fox Tobies, Polly just kind of like materializes.
I guess the Hazel's gonna weekend the birdies. Down there.
Oh, I'm dying. Okay, yes.
So as soon as the fifth, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. As soon as the fifth appendage flaps.
He just kind of slap his arm in.
Yeah. And yeah, Polly, the little paws. Yeah, they got the little texture.
Did she
and-
fight to make sure that her hand is like on the bottom, actually touching his
Oh no,
palm?
yeah, she did. As soon as the
Yes.
hand was out, she was like, "I don't care, I'm in." I don't wanna...
Yes.
Like it suddenly just materializes
what
under
she-
Klesh's
exactly.
hand.
Oh, yeah,
Like, it's just
pretty
like
much.
there.
Yeah, like Flesh is like
She never let go.
reaching, and Polly's just like.
on my carpet.
And so he goes.
Emitting a squeal only dogs can hear.
He goes, "Superb." And then he pulls his hand away, turns around, reaches into a pocket, and pulls out a fat gem. It shimmers and shines.
Oh wow.
And he goes, "Woohoo!" And he kind of like plops himself onto the governor's chest, most unceremoniously, and just sort of sits there, feet over the shoulders, like looking directly down into the face. And he's like, he grabs the jaw and cracks it open, and he plops the gem in there, and he goes, "No such luck, my friend." And then slams the bottom of his jaw up into the gem. You all feel a wind and tingle rush around you as something momentous just happened, and you see a spray of ash burst from Dolx's mouth. And then shortly after the ash sort of scatters around, you hear, "Someone get this toddler off me!" And you hear,
Can Polly lift the fox man off him?
yeah,
Have her best day ever.
make a strength check.
Strength check, okay. Strength's okay.
Once Polly wrestles her fox cuddle,
12.
No, that's not enough to do it. get some hoist, and you are amazed to find that there's not as much squish to this fox as you imagined there would be. There's sinew and muscle in here somewhere. It's disappointing.
So I'm just kind of awkwardly hugging him and not so much hoisting him.
Yeah, as he sort of stands up over the governor and
It's like give him a bit
unmounts.
of a Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah, and he's like, "Would you like to buy me dinner?"
What do you eat?
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay.
Super.
Clutch is gonna help the governor sit up.
He's like, oh, it's you. Okay, why? What?
You died.
Yeah, you were super dead. You drowned.
Falstaff
Sir.
is laughing.
Oh wait, is that harsh? No.
Clutch sighs with all of the sighing a sigh could have, and helps the governor to his feet and says, "Let us go to your quarters."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes.
And then I grabbed Tim. I was like, I told you it would be fine, Tim. Get it together.
Tim is
Give him
Tim is
shaken Tim
crying.
syndrome.
Just tears of elation and relief that that no one died on his watch, even though technically they did.
We'll let him have it though.
That's fair.
Does Tim look like maybe he'd do better if he had a task to keep himself busy?
50-50.
Where on earth is this going?
I was gonna see if he wanted to bring Relcher back to his room.
Oh.
Yeah, Tim, go get a cart and take Relder back.
As long as you don't need time for yourself, I was just we're gonna investigate, and we have our fearless leader here.
Holly's
I mean
just
our
waving around
fearless
his hand.
friend here.
Hey, what is that you're waving, Polly?
Holly's just waving Railder's hand.
Yeah. Tim looks over like, yeah, I could. Oh my God, is he dead too?
No, he's just sleeping. See,
Dead tired.
listen. See those snores, those handsome half-orc snores.
Tim is relieved. At once again, crisis has been averted, and he stumbles Railder down the deck, down the hallway, as if he's done this many times before with much less cooperative bodies.
Good man, Tim. You're still a hero to us.
Falstaff also.
Oh,
He's a very, very, very good young man. Commendable.
I love him.
So yeah, you at least Klesh assists Dolks back to his quarters, and Dolks pops open the door and sort of drops himself into one of his chairs. The room's a mess.
Clutch is gonna take a minute to look through the room just to see anything suspicious.
Oh yeah,
Other than it's a mess.
yeah, make me a perception check.
16, 17, 18.
You find the aforementioned dagger, sort of wedged into a bucket of ice, next to what is left of Dolks' minibar. And other than that, no, the place looks like someone was in here partying by themselves, kind of sadly.
Gonna take some ice and wrap it up in a towel and hand it to the governor and be like, "Here you go."
He takes it and he's like, "Thank you," and he sort of considers it, and he kind of looks around at his body and he's like, "I don't." And he just sort of sets it on his gut, like, I don't know what to do with this.
Do you remember anything that happened before waking up just now?
Yes, I was walking along the hallway, and then the hallway turned rudely, and I remember being wet and cold and couldn't quite. I was pushed. I was pushed, obviously. Yeah.
Can I sense more of that?
Oh, absolutely. Get an insight check.
Yeah. 19.
His dumbass fell off because he was drunk.
I look at.
The only thing we need to protect him from us is himself.
Basically.
Klesh folds their arms and frowns really hard.
I look at Dulks because I was looking at Klesh and I was like, are you lying?
And he looks around and he goes, "Why would I lie? That's ridiculous."
I just look him dead in his eyes and go, tell your daughter you did it.
Ooh, make an intimidation check with advantage.
Let's see. 21.
That's good. You want to roll again, see if you get better?
Oh, okay.
That's advantage.
No, 17.
Okay. So yeah, he goes. Now, there's no reason to bring Hepsi into this. No, you just calm down. Were you all involved in the rescue of my person, or were you just there to clean up?
Oh, no, we had to give a favor, a boon to Falstaff so he could save you. And we now owe him a boon. And I'm still telling Hepzibah because you need someone to look after you.
No. Okay. So first of all, you probably should have let me die. Both counts, but now that we're in this, okay. Look, you work. I remember you work for that scoundrel Atarik, right?
Scoundrel.
Yeah, Klesh is gonna be like, you will do well not to speak ill of others.
Why? It's never really been a problem before, but okay.
It's a problem now.
Carvis just sort of shrugs like, yeah, we do.
All right. Look, I'll agree to some of the things he's been requesting in the city. I'll make a little donation, a little bonus for you all, and what do you know what Falstaff asked for?
Is this how you make all of your problems disappear? You offer monetary gain and flippant promises?
I look at Klesh and I'm like, just nodding like, yeah, duh.
He sort of like starts agreeing, nodding with Carvis. He's like, "You've never been in politics, have you?"
She hasn't, no.
Okay, well,
No.
so the way you made it sound just then sounds dirty and underhanded. But there's an art to it. And quite honestly, we don't need to bring my daughter into this. She's not even here. So we can leave. We just not worry about the daughter. I appreciate that I'm still living, and the hangover is not there at all. So that's a bonus.
I look at him, I was like, Falstaff asked us to deliver a package.
No.
Maybe no.
No.
Yes.
This is between us and him.
Well, as a thanks for discretion in whom this information is shared with. See, it's not all that underhanded. I can assist monetarily, maybe, or even with supplies to outfit your expedition to the south.
So before
Falstaff.
Klesh could say anything, before Klesh could like actually like be like, well, Klesh was like shaking her head now, as fast as Carvis can. She goes, he also delivers a package charge.
Just those eyes. We are a team. We have beads.
We
And you
need
would tell.
we need funds to do our job. Atarik does not pay enough.
Clash, would this count as mail fraud?
What?
This is not mail fraud.
That is the most himbo thing Hazel Nert has ever said in this campaign.
And that's a pretty high bar.
And it is. I was like, wow, good job, Alyssa.
Hazel, Klesh doesn't identify as male or female. That's rude.
Oh, mail fraud. Ah ha 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 ha.
I'm friends with one, I can say that. Sorry. You hear in the silence after Hazel's statement.
And after what Clash said.
Oh, after that, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
and then that mail fraud, you hear the clinking of ice in a glass as Dolks is just like getting
Absolutely
popcorn.
not. You've had enough.
No, put down.
Just
No,
No.
unless that is water, put down.
he pulls out a single drenched ice cube and just sort of like sucks on it.
I'll take it.
Mr. Governor, sir, the best thing you can do to repay us right now is literally stay alive. And so we will help you on this quest. Because we just had a favor for your life. So that means that the best way you can repay us is by staying alive. And this is for no other ulterior reason that you should stay alive. Stay alive for this reason.
I look at Hazel and I go, and also to help us on our next boon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sure. Wait, but that's mail fraud.
It's not mail fraud.
Do you know what that means, son?
I shake my head at Hazel and be like, it's not mail fraud. Hazel.
I think he thinks.
Meanwhile, Flesh has turned and is dumping every bottle of alcohol downstairs.
You hear
Very angrily.
Yeah, you hear every so often no.
Those sharp black eyes over their shoulder.
No. Take it to someone else at least. Come on,
No.
it's a waste.
You have lost this privilege.
I don't want the privilege. I just don't want to see the waste. Oh.
You know, Tim makes these really nice non-alcoholic pineapple drinks. He'll
He does?
deliver them to your room in the middle of the night. We can get some of those in here. It's just as fun.
You know, lad. In exchange for that, I think the word you want is blackmail, which is a dirty word that proper politicians don't use.
That's not blackmail. We're not doing blackmail. No blackmail. There's no blackmail. There's no mail fraud.
No, you're right. That's wrong. See, I'm off my game now. Just leave me some ale. No.
No.
I look at I go, hey Bane. Grab that.
Bane surreptitiously swoops in. Flash, make a perception check.
I'm not gonna give it to the governor. It's from me.
9.
Bane is suddenly sitting on the other side of the room with a bottle hooked into his jowls.
Like, oh boy, just hold on to it.
Like the worst Saint Bernard ever.
If Clash looks over like, what the fuck, I'm just be like, it's for me.
He's cosplaying as a Saint Bernard.
It's for me. No, ma'am, it's for me. Is there any way I'm gonna have to take one?
Bane looks up at you like, no, it's for me.
For both of us, buddy, for both of us.
An
We
affirmative.
share in this family. Are we a family?
If you would like some Clash, I will give you some too.
You get puppy eyes from Bane.
I'm on duty.
Duty.
Hey.
Some of us were thinking it.
When Clash is done emptying everything, turns around, you will sit in this cabin.
Oh.
and one of us will be outside this door, and you're not allowed to leave until we port, and we will walk you back to port.
And if someone mysteriously like breaks in here or something from a window or whatever, I don't even know if there are windows on the boat. If there's windows on these boats, you yell for us.
There are
Mr.
beautiful,
Governor, sir.
there are beautiful windows in this cabin that look out onto the sea, out onto the river. And
Oh, nice! You noticed them. They're beautiful. You know, we don't have windows in our room. Me and my wife.
I'm not here.
Me and my wife.
Who isn't here at
Polly
the
is
moment.
buying a meal for Falstaff and watching him eat, which is weird.
Just like this.
Because he doesn't actually need money for that.
Yeah.
Did she actually try to feed him? She's like, here you go.
There comes the airplane.
He's very enthusiastic about that airplane.
You see the little grabby hands come up and try to be like, but he's too fat.
She's just like,
I'm sure he's out here being like, I will make you squishy.
He's like, you're frustrating, but I enjoy it in some weird way.
I assume it's just been going on the whole time you guys have been doing
Sure.
this.
I think that's fine.
And in a final stomp of Clutch's foot, they say, "And clean up your room. This is ridiculous."
Okay, Mom.
He goes, you're right. And he stands up, he goes over the door, and he pulls a cord. And he goes and sits back down, and he's like, it's important to know when one's gone too far.
In the back of their mind is just like, I'm so with Deline right now. Like I want to push him over the wall.
Right there, the railing's right there. He could just bloop right back over.
You can't do that to Tim.
Not again. Poor Tim.
Not again, poor Tim.
His little heart can't handle it.
No.
You hear a knock on the door.
I'll open it like slow open, like.
Oh, it's Stalwart. He's like, yeah, let's go. Oh. Hi.
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 Hello again. What is your business here with the governor?
He rang. And the person who would answer is on break right now.
Can I hear any of this?
Oh yeah, it's right there next to the door.
Hazel, just let him in. If it's Stalwart, it's fine.
I let him in, but I look at him suspiciously.
Like we were pretty suspicious of Stalwart last session.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
I listen.
I look at him suspiciously as well. Then.
Okay.
He looks around. He's like, Dolks, are you all right? He's like, no. Can't you see? This stateroom's a mess. Stalwart goes, I see that, sir. I'm guessing you'd like it cleaned up for you. And what did I name this stupid man? Bellevue?
You said it was something along the lines of Belvedere, but not quite.
But yeah, yeah. I use his first name instead of calling him Dolks again. Goes, yes, I should hope you would. Thank you very much. And he sort of like nods at the rest of you, like, see, I'm doing very well. And Stalwart looks around. He's like, I'll even get a head start. And he sort of like picks up all the empty bottles that you just emptied out, and it's sort of like, whoo. And sort of like carries them out. He's like, we'll have someone else
Clutch
down
puts a
here."
hand on Stalwart's shoulder and says, "Those will not be needing to be replaced."
And and he looks over. He's like, oh, Okay. All right.
Release.
He sort of ambles out of the room, like sort of the same air as someone who's going on their 10-minute break off of a really busy floor.
Yep. Okay, who wants to take first watch?
Oh,
One sec. Technical difficulties.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Too many things on our checklist. It's okay. We're good.
yeah.
Or how much longer till we hit port?
Few hours. Not long at all.
Okay.
Maybe 6 at most.
That's one watch, really. Like maybe 1.5, or like one and then like half of another. I look at.
Hours, we do 3 watches. 2
Oh,
hours.
in 2 hours each. Yeah, then we're most alert.
Bivule.
How do you-
Bivule.
Bivulle.
Yeah, if you want it phonetically, it would be Beeiul.
View.
I go. I will do it if no one else will do it, but I don't want to do it.
You hear through a muffled glass.
I'll do it first. I'm fine. Other than nothing, actually, I'm fine. But I'll do it first. I'm very observant. And with Railder unconscious, I'm in charge again. I guess. Oh God, I'm in charge again. So well, yes, we'll do this.
Thank you, Hazel. I'll take second watch.
Are we
I'll
gonna
be
need a
here.
second
Alert.
watch?
Nothing will get past me.
You hear another knock on the door.
And do the like this again. What do I see?
It's Louis,
Is Louis?
Dragonborn.
Oh, the Dragonborn.
Who plays the horn with no lips?
There's no lips.
He's got a little apron on.
An
And
apron?
he's got
Well,
some
that's
gloves.
cute.
And he's got a little bucket.
What? What would they send you for cleaning?
Well, everyone on board sort of rotates. I heard this cabin needed to be cleaned up.
Carvis just shrugs like, I don't know like how this works, but okay.
I'm just Bagel's not going to sit outside the door for the first watch yet. He's going to keep watch over Governor directly, but let Louis in. But also be like, that's such a shame. There's no appreciation for the arts. You know you're doing this. You don't need to be doing this. But also like is hella suspicious deep down.
I'm gonna go check on Bolly and Railder. On me.
Right.
Which one do you check on first?
I check on Railder first to make sure that he's still asleep and well, I mean, I guess we kind of just left him
With Tim.
with okay, we left him with Tim.
You find Railder's very nice stateroom. And he's tucked in,
Okay.
just
Sure.
snoozing away.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Dreaming of large green women or men, whatever.
Whatever floats his boat. and then I go check on Polly.
Polly is similarly in a happy place of fantasy, and she is now lobbing pieces of shrimp into Falstaff with great enthusiasm from both parties.
Every time he catches one, she just like squeals. It's like,
And in between crunches, you hear, "Okay, farther back." There's an audience.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Gold exchanges hands every time.
Oh, like they're betting
It's-
on the pool. Like,
Yeah, this is an unexpected bout of entertainment. So
I mean, she's got killer aim,
it
so.
does.
So since they are taken care of, and
Trisha.
Hazel's on first watch, and Clash will be on second watch, She goes up to the barkeep and goes, I just need 2 tankards empty.
All right. He pops down 2 tankards.
Okay. And then I open the bottle and I pour a glass for me.
Bane has impeccable.
Oh, good. Good boy, Bane. Yeah,
This-
no, this is a good
It
boy.
would have been a damn shame if this got poured out.
Oh, such a good boy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's my baby. Okay. We enjoy our drinks and the show. We are also now partaking in the entertainment.
Clutch will thank Hazel again and let them know that they'll be back in 2 hours.
All right, and then enjoy yourself. But you know, keep sharp. Keep sharp. Don't know who to trust.
Thank you, Hazel. Clutch stomps their way through that boat right back to Delene's and
Well,
pounce in a corner.
at part way out, down the hall, out of Beviel's room, you find her there, smoking a cigarette on one of the long holders, and she's like, "Flesh, darling, I'm so sorry he's still alive."
Exasperated. That's the word I was thinking of earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Just throws up their arms in exasperation and just. Ugh!
Do you need to stomp it out? You need.
Do you need to stomp it out?
Why is he such a terrible person?
Come here, come here, darling, come here. And she just brings you in, and she's like, because he's a politician, because his father got really lucky when my nation gave up, and he just insufferable. I can only hope his daughter will be better. Doesn't seem like it, but you know, we put our hopes. And you feel a weird pat, like a pointed pat. We put our hopes on the younger generation.
Deep sigh and just like, do you know the Arcanoloth named Falstaff?
Gesundheit. No, is that fox thing that's rolling about?
Yeah.
But what is that? Is that where his nation or is? I think it's a he.
No, the term for what creature he stands up like I can't.
Okay.
Talk to
Yeah,
your
no,
collarbone.
just releases and statuesques and lets you go. You know.
No, the type of creature that he is an Arcanoloth. They're fox people, small, blah 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 blah. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but Clutch knew it last time. And he magically appeared on this boat at some time earlier, and now he wants us to take a message to Tarj.
She's like, oh, well that'd be delightful. I mean, hadn't planned on visiting, but we could go, absolutely.
Is warring between yay and you're not getting the point.
Did you basically info dump on her, like everything you knew about Arcanoloth? Okay,
Yeah.
and she'd be like, I've made some deals with some unsavory individuals before, and that absolutely sounds like what happened. And if he is powerful enough to resurrect someone, it sounded flippantly, then there's no getting out of it. So
I'm not trying to get out of it. I know we have to do it. I just know that there's something wrong.
yes.
Yeah.
It's about mitigation at this point.
And it wasn't as and it can't be as flippant as it appears if he was willing to waste this. And then Carvis told the governor everything. Just
Oh dear, no. It is frustrating when someone is not adept at subterfuge.
looks at her for a long time.
She means it.
Yeah.
You get the impression she doesn't think that you're dim or anything. Although if you kind of hold that look for a while, being like, "What do you mean?" You know, she'll give a slight grin and be like, "I know you're sweet. I know you're not simple."
Well, you're a first. Climbs up onto the railing and sits on it. Just. Ugh.
You hear a snort. Don't fall in.
You coming after me?
Well, yeah, I'd love to swim, but do you want me to push you in?
I think I've had enough water for this trip, thank you.
No, get it while you can. If you head to Detarge, it's going to be rare.
I don't much care for the large bodies of water.
Oh, then you'll be fine there, I guess.
Okay. I'm calm now. I hate everyone.
So Hazel, Louis has begun humming dutifully as he goes about his tasks, tidying up, sweeping, dusting, putting things away. Dolks is asleep. He passed out before Klesh even left.
Guess being resurrected is really difficult.
You know, hey, you probably take something out of you, so to speak. And Louis goes about his business, unless you decide to initiate conversation or tell him to stop humming or what have you.
Hazel will make like small talk, like he's suspicious and watching the whole thing, but he's not, you know. He's also, you know, being like, so, how long you've been on this boat? Is this like a normal thing? Is this like a permanent gig? Does it pay well? Do you mind do they make you clean the toilets? How often do you have to clean it? Do you recommend this kind of gig? Do you feel demeaned by this activity? That wasn't supposed to be rude. I really just wanted to know. It doesn't seem fair, but I guess
I really
it's
like
not
the
fair for anyone
idea
to have to do this.
that he actually doesn't answer any of these and he just lets her keep going, and this is actually how the conversation is going.
No, he answers you in time with every question. You get a very micro dirty jobs sentiment out of it. He's like, hey, no, someone's got to do the job. It's fine. No, you know, that's you know, when I go on vacation, I don't want to have to be cleaning my own toilet. That's totally fair. And he's like, you know, it's flexible. I've been with the cruises for a couple years now. It's nice. You know, yeah, he's ready to chat.
Puts Hazel less on edge as the conversation goes on, but Hazel's still watching and makes the decision not to move outside the door. The governor's asleep. Hazel's just going to stay in here because he doesn't trust the governor in the window.
Yeah,
He's lost window privileges.
And after a little while, Louis finishes up and he's like, yeah, look me up when I'm in port if you want to jam sometime, you know.
Yeah, yes, that'd be great.
All right.
Good man, Louis. Sorry they make you do this, but you know.
He's like, nah, back at you.
Yeah.
And no, he doesn't often have people fall overboard, die, and then get resurrected by a fat fox.
That'd be weird if it was like a normal occurrence, though.
I've heard of weirder, but yeah, no, absolutely.
I guess it wouldn't be weird anymore, right? Because you'd be so used to it. They'd be like, oh, it's Thursday.
Oh,
Does the
wow.
fox appear a lot?
Look at my scales. I gotta go. Bye.
One too many. Alright.
Too much?
Falstaff, after being staunchly refused by the waitstaff repeatedly that there was in fact no more food, seems to also be afflicted by the same thing as Railder and has sort of nuzzled himself into a chair and fallen asleep.
He's real cute.
I mean, you remember him up on the sun deck, right?
Is he doing little pausies thing?
Oh yeah, he's got to put him somewhere, and there's just all this, so it's just sort of a.
I mean, she's probably just perched and watching him then.
Oh, I was gonna say, are you gonna pet him while he sleeps?
Yes.
I was like, Tarvis is just gonna be like, okay, I guess I'll hang out here and drink my drink then in case someone needs me.
Just like his ears are so soft.
They do the little twitchy thing. Hazel and Klesh, the watch turns, so to speak, or the hours come along. So I'm guessing you swap back over.
Mm-hmm. I'll catch Clash up and be like, yeah, it was fine. Louis did his thing, and I don't think it was him. I don't think he's our man, but still keep an eye. He was a little evasive there at the very end, so
Klesh, when your turn to watch comes around and you start to go, Delene's like, would you like me to join you? I can put up with him for a few hours.
I don't want to subject you to it. You're welcome to come. I always enjoy your company.
Same, which would make him sufferable.
Okay.
So yeah, Hazel, you see Klesh and Delene.
Hazel keeps being like, Delene. But just like, he's asleep. So we're just, I recommend keeping watch actually in the room because I don't think he can be trusted by himself at an open window, as he's proven earlier today. Governors who fall off boats of their own volition lose their window privileges. So I recommend that, and also recommend you keeping an eye on anyone else who might be in the room.
Delene looks around like, oh no, like who?
Anyone could be in here.
Also, dear, if you put a little honey on the edge of that lip when you'll catch more flies that way.
I want to know if Hazel gets it or not.
Hazel doesn't get it, but feels insulted all the same. You'd be like, alright.
The long-suffering Clash.
Oh my gosh.
Hand on both their shoulders. Thank you, Hazel. I will keep an eye on everyone.
You got this, Clash. Alright, I'm leaving. Just like walks out the room backwards.
Yeah.
Delene looks like around, like, where? Oh my. She turns to you, Klesh, and she's like, it's a shame he's so cute.
He is very pretty. Not as pretty, though. And then turns around and sets up the table with 2 chairs and pulls one out for her.
She sits down and sort of just takes in the room. She's like, mine's better.
His bed's not nearly as big.
She sighs wistfully. She's like, no, it's not. After a little bit, Bivule wakes up and he goes, well, come to finish the job.
Oh.
And Delene looks over and she's like, no, because when I start a job, I finish it.
Oh.
And he's like, and he like rummages around in like the little pantry next to the now empty bar and just pulls out everything and just starts eating.
We're going to port soon, so you know.
Clutch just stares at him in silence, shaking their head.
So there's not much in there, so he's able to eat it all without it being particularly impressive. Just odd. And every so often you hear Deline sort of hum, as if she's sort of keeping herself occupied with by sort of just singing to herself. Hazel, where do you go after your watch?
Hazel will probably be like, I'm still on alert, so he'll like circle around and go up to like the deck where everyone gathers again and just kind of keep an eye on the horizon and look out for any suspicious characters and potentially making random travelers very uncomfortable with just like
You see Tim with his head hung low, grasping a tankard with two hands.
just clap Tim on the back and being like,
He goes,
"Good man, Tim. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, it's okay.
Been checking on the governor. He's doing all right. Just resting it off."
Oh, good. Did you need something?
No, you just looked very sad, and so I was giving you a manly clap on the back to be like, good spirits. I don't know if it worked, but people used to do that to me in the barracks all the time.
Oh, okay. Just please don't chuck me on the shoulder or the chin. I hate that.
I was potentially going to go there next, so I thank you for stopping me in advance.
I hear communication is key. Appreciate that.
It's true. It's true.
He holds his tankard up to you. He's like, "Would you like a drink?"
I'm on duty? I mean, I'm not on duty. I'm just an average passenger just hanging out. I'm doing, not thirsty.
Okay. And he takes another swig.
Good man, Tim. All right.
All right. So yeah, Tim is there, consolable, and the watch goes uneventful. Clash. The ship comes into port, and you arrive back at Gravisport without issue. Without further issue.
Before that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find the name.
Ooh.
Blah, blah, blah. I just wrote it down not too long ago. Oh my god. It really was 18 pages, wasn't it? Look at that. Okay. I have to go through all of my...
All your notes.
Was it one
Yeah.
of the suspects?
Yeah.
Do we want Zorn? Do we want Boto?
No. Teth?
F?
Tef.
That's not correct. Why did that change?
F?
Oh, maybe.
It was one of the people who was the governor's people who was following us on the first journey. There was a dwarf
Yes.
and another one.
Yes, I was like, no, yeah, Teth's the name. Hold on. Yeah, that was either the ranger was the dwarf, and then there was the human.
Yes. So Teth is the human who, when they saw us, ran away quickly.
Yes, Gilmeth of Teth.
But I don't remember the dwarf's name.
The dwarf was Filvarn Dort.
You're a dork.
Hold on.
Yep.
So since we've ran into them separately outside,
Dort
Clutch
is
is
not
gonna ask-
the dwarf from the north.
Governor, obviously while we're all sitting around before port, what do Teth and Philvin do for you? Exactly?
He's sort of dabbing the sides of his lips from something particularly saucy that he had just finished.
From Snackageddon?
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, or you ask about both. He's like,
Yeah.
they're secretaries of mine. Like, you know, that's the short version. Basically, they're like, assistant lieutenant governors. You know, so not technically at that rank because, well, my lieutenant governor is my lieutenant governor, but they're like right below that. You know, they're a couple ranks down, but they work with me very closely. Why?
They've appeared, or they've showed up quite a few times on our adventures, and I'm just curious. Are you asking them to follow us, or is it all just strange coincidence?
I'm not sure at which point you mean, but I know that you guys operate out of the city, and so do they, so it would make sense that you would run into each other on occasion.
No, they followed us from Duchess Fricta's duchy all the way home.
That's very odd. I'll have to speak to them about that.
Frown. Where are they now?
I don't know. I've been on this boat for 3 days.
They don't come with you on these trips?
Not this one, no.
As lieutenants and secretaries that do your bidding?
He's like, no, my lieutenant governor isn't here either.
Frown again. When we returned from our sea voyage, we ran into Tef.
Oh, goodness.
And he ran away quite quickly after seeing us. Did he report to you?
No. When were you on a sea voyage?
Extra frowns. Okay. About a month ago.
Oh, well, good to see you back. Are you making nautical excursions a regular thing?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
No.
what a shame. The air, bracing. All the damn seagulls, though. Shit everywhere.
Quesh blanches. And their pretty green skin turns this terrible, muddy, ugly brown color.
Wow.
You feel Deline tense next to you, like,
That's
are
new.
you okay?
Are you gonna throw up?
Yeah.
Deep breath.
Polly, someone walks on your grave.
Yeah.
You're like,
We don't talk about it.
You just say at unconscious Falstaff. We don't talk about that.
Just.
Dang.
Okay. Now we can, port. I've asked my questions.
Yeah. Welcome back home to your base camp. Everyone disembarks, and there's some general goodbyes. Good to see you. Yes. Oh yeah. And, would
So
you like the package? If you pre-order for your next cruise, there's a discount.
Sorry. Right before we disembark, like as the ship is like pulling to port, Carvis is actually going to go up and talk to Dolks.
Yeah.
Can I just knock on the door and go in?
You just knock on the door and then go in.
Yeah, I just knock on the door and then go in.
Carvis barges into the room, and Dulce goes, "Yes, come in."
How should I contact you for your assistance when we get back into town?
Oh, either come to my office at the hall or come straight to the estate. We, of course, have made acquaintances here on the cruise. Part of it is socializing, networking, and so, just let Benvolio know that you have business with me if you come up to the house, or if you're at the office, you can ask Teth. It pointedly looks over at Clash that you've business with me, and they can pencil in an appointment.
Right. Thank you. And then Carvis leaves, and then makes some sort of arrangement with someone that they're going to get a carriage for Railder and ship him back to the bunkhouse and put him in his bed in the infirmary or something. I don't know, maybe Tim.
Is he just still out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna be out for a while.
Yeah, Tim enthusiastically offers to assist with this.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. Thanks. Okay. All right, and then we can disembark at normal.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, Clutch is going to escort the governor.
do you all follow along with Klesh?
Carvis would if she's like, okay, we're all regrouping, and then if she notices Klesh wasn't around, she would go to be with wherever Klesh is. And head back.
Yeah, Hazel would
Yeah.
join as well.
Polly, do you leave your little fox? Your
Well, you
falsy?
have to.
Actually, he offers to come along, as he has a couple more details for your task that might interest you.
She wiggles her hand down at him, like you do with a small child to get them to take your hand.
He chuckles, and then wrinkles his nose real tight, and then sort of lifts off the ground several inches, and then holds your hand, and it's like moving a block of ice across.
Slide.
Well then, Polly will come along with Foxman in tow.
He's like, onward.
He's like a fat balloon.
A robust balloon.
Are you
I guess
gonna be
before they
one?
You
leave,
sure are.
Clutch asks Celine if they might see her again.
And she's like, absolutely, whenever you like. You know where my apartment is. And if you wish me to join you on your excursion to the south, by all means. I'm always up for an excursion to the south with you.
Wonderful. I appreciate everything. And then, because Clutch has seen this, but still doesn't really understand this,
Yeah.
takes their cheek and taps it to her cheek. Like, I've seen this form. And then turns.
She leans in gracefully with it, like as if this is the normal thing. Yeah.
This is what we do.
Falstaff
And
goes,
very unceremoniously, all right, we're going now, to the governor.
Polly, you hear Falstaff go, oh, that's...
I thought it was confusing.
So,
I thought it was confusing too.
I don't know, why are they cheeks slapping?
it's...
I say holding my fox balloon.
Polly, have you kidnapped this nice man?
Did I
No,
kidnap him?
not at all, no.
Did I kidnap him?
He's not 5 feet high, he's just hovering like off the ground a few inches.
He's getting higher.
He's getting there.
Hazel just looks up at him and be like, "Let me know if you if you need some personal space, and I'll try to talk to her."
He's like, Balderdash is delightful.
He thinks I'm delightful.
You are delightful, Polly. You are delightful.
Aw.
Why else would I have married you if not for your delightful nature?
Yes, because we are married.
The little snoot comes in like between you and the frame of the shot, and he's like, I could make that official if you like.
What do you mean make it official? We're already married.
He looks at you and just winks way too slow, and he's like, no, for real though, let me know.
Now Polly's invested
just
because she
kinda
can have a fat fox officiate her wedding.
Listen, if I could, I'd have a fat fox officiate mine.
Hazel's got some low-key red cheeks.
Aww.
Red cheeks. It's just anyways, the mission.
You're like, no, haven't you ever cheek pecked to say hello, goodbye? I think it's rather delightful.
Just bapping your cheeks up against each other?
Well, it's like the kissing without the kissing.
No.
It was just a little tap.
Have you ever heard of a butterfly kiss? Like being beat, but
That's when you like bat your eye really close on someone.
yeah, like that. It's about the closeness. It's not about, you know, anything else. It's sweet.
Never actually done it before, but I did see all the kids doing it, you know, back in the back home, all the, you know, all the
Tickling
girls,
each
you
other
know,
with
girls.
their eyelashes.
Yes, they like thought it was really funny, and they kept doing it one time. It was like pretty annoying. And they're like, "Oh, Hazel, we can't do it to you. We can't reach your cheeks." Whatever.
Falstaff grabs your hand, Polly, and clutches it to his chest and goes, "How dreadful!"
How?
I have no idea what's happening.
An escort mission. That's what's happening. We're getting the governor back home safely.
So yeah, you guys roll on up to. Actually, the governor hires a coach because he's not going to walk all that way across all those bridges.
Of course not.
So yeah, you guys have no trouble piling all into a hack and being carted up to his estate, along with all of his luggage. And he's like, "Is this adequate, or must you drop me off into the foyer?"
Since you mention it, I think I will.
All right. And he walks up to the door and sort of stands there waiting.
Did you want me to carry you?
Oh no, don't be silly. He stares at the door.
Does Quartz
Knock.
open the door?
If you wish to open the door, yeah, you can.
Yeah, okay.
And as you open the door, he steps into his own home, and you hear footsteps through the hallway, and there's Benny, in his bright yellow getup, got like a canary, like a flesh canary, and he's like, "Oh, Master Dogs, welcome back. So good to see you. Oh, and you've brought associates. Lovely."
I look at him and I go, may I have a piece of paper and a pen, please?
And Ben's like, "What? Yes, of course. There's a secretary right there. You just open it up and get at it."
So Harvest goes to the secretariat and like opens her secretary. She like scribbles a note that's to Hepzibah that says, "Your dad is alive. He is
And a buffoon.
dumb.
Sorry.
Don't let him drink." And then she puts everything away and takes a note and gives it to Bane and goes and whispers in his ear,
You hear the affirmative quiet snort
"Yeah,
as he goes trotting off into the house.
yeah.
And you see Ben look around like, where's it all going?
Dog's got a mind of its own. He's got a dog.
He's working.
Don't worry, he doesn't pee in houses or poop."
Carvis has been working on, you know, really great song lyrics for Hespelba because, you know, we met with her
You
earlier.
feel
to
a
work
little
on songs.
claw finger just rest on your lips, Hazel.
What is it?
Is it?
That's Falstaff.
It's Falstaff going like,
yeah. And he goes, "Some of us do pee in houses. Where's the privies?"
Polly will let him go as he says that.
Yeah. He's like, "Smart move." "Oh, yes, yeah." And Benvolio just sort of points. He's like, "Good man." And
Just like, be free.
he just
My
sort of
child.
he just sort of floats down the hallway.
Is this why he's fat? Is because he doesn't actually work out? He just floats?
You don't know.
No, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, well, you'd have to ask him, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
And
I mean, you see the way he eats.
yeah, Dulx is like, "Well, I'm going to go take a bath now. I hope you don't need to be sure I'm good there."
I look at Klesh sort of expectantly, like, do you? Because I don't.
He's also looking at Flesh.
I'll leave you in the capable
Clark
hands
just
of
wants to be sassy at this point.
leave you in the capable hands of Benvolio otherwise. Good day.
Good day.
Don't
What is
slip.
he, the mayor?
Be careful
Governor,
around
good day,
windows and
Governor.
open bodies of water and alcohol and potential assassins.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
You get sort of
Bye.
you get sort of
And railing.
a flippant hand wave as he makes his way upstairs.
Yeah.
Benvolio kind of stands there like, what was that about? Just not actually saying it, but obviously the vibe.
Yeah.
Just lean over and be like, oh, he died on the boat.
I look at Hazel like,
The floating fox man had to bring him back to life. He drowned. He fell off the balcony.
Benvolio, stone face, poker. You could have told him that it was a pleasant ship, and he's like, huh.
You know, we've got a problem with the...
He does overindulge when he's on vacation.
Yes. So, you know, keep an eye on that and general things that could be falling over.
Did he compensate you?
Yes.
Not promise to.
No.
We got the promise of potential compensation and
Yes.
favors.
Did you get it in writing?
No.
Oh,
You
well,
were
that's-
told to make an appointment with his person.
Oh,
You, actually.
No, yes, absolutely,
No.
yeah.
No,
he goes over to
not
that
you.
secretary
Yeah.
where you were, and he like opens a different. You didn't realize it was a drawer.
Uh-huh.
It just looked like a pen.
Yeah.
And he reaches under and pops it open, and you see a bunch of different forms. And he pops it back closed and
Uh-huh.
scribbles off and does a flick and pops a stamp. Like, there you go. And he hands it over. He's like, "Let me know when you want to set up the meeting, and we'll go about it."
Thank you. So Harvest is waiting to see if either Bane comes back or Hepzibah comes back with Bane. So she's just sort of like,
Milling about.
yeah.
Mr. Ben?
Mr. Volio.
It is Benvolio? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Benvolio. Yes.
Mr. Benvolio, what do you think of Teth and the other name that again escapes me?
Oh, Dort.
Dort.
How do you spell that?
Like Dorn with a T. Somewhat inspired that character. Filvarn Dort. Filvarn Dort. Barn with a V, yeah.
Here or B?
Yeah, with Veronica. Yeah.
The one Dort and Teth.
And Ilmetha. Lmetha. Name Teth. T-E-T-H. Yep. And he goes, "Oh, they're gentlemen on." Oh, says, "Yeah, they're gentlemen on the mayor's staff. I believe Dort is on a bit of a hiatus currently. I believe he's on a sabbatical. And then Teth, he's sort of a gopher. He does odd jobs, runs letters, that sort of thing."
Where are they stationed?
Well, they both live here in town.
Okay. Do you
I mean-
know if there's somewhere that they frequent?
Harvest is listening, like she's not gonna interrupt, but she is very peaked. Like, where is this going?
He says, "Oh yes, well the two don't socialize with each other all that often. I believe they're professional acquaintances, but Dort hangs out at Bar number 1, and Teth hangs out at bar number 2. Tony doesn't have handy name.
Something was named the Captain Bucket.
Cat and bucket.
I have it written down.
It's hard enough when
That's where.
I put characters in different campaigns. I don't need to add on to it.
I think that the Cat and Bucket is where we're supposed to talk to Mom that Tim mentioned about getting like a job in the hospitality. Has one of us gone quiet?
No, I'm sorry.
No, he's
I'm
just thinking.
Like I'm
Okay.
thinking. I thought you got. Or sorry, if that was a question
No,
for me,
I'm waiting.
then that sounds correct.
I don't know, I just know in my notes, which are by the way terrible, I have Scorn Lip Gel written down with an arrow to Cat and Bucket.
Okay.
Like, that's where we're supposed to go and find out about it?
Isn't that where you guys went to meet all the other couriers? No, the
We
courier
went,
bar had a different name.
the Hipstern Tavern was called the Grim Squall.
Right, that's the hipster tavern on the docks.
The Courier Tavern was a take on Cheers.
Yes.
Isn't it Huzzah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she
Bella!
She does that.
This is how you get smacked in the face. This is how you get smacked in the face because you jump where you were not supposed to jump.
Now I have jump. Dun dun dun.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yep.
I know. Oh, that's right. It's magnetic. Holy shit! Look at that.
Yep.
The pencil just sort of went, "Look," and I was like, "Oh wow!"
Oh yeah, right there, Cat and Bucket. Mom, look at that.
Yep. Yeah, so we're supposed to meet Tim at the Cat and Bucket after the ship docks and tell the bartender to talk to Mom. But that's not the road I want to take anymore. So, like, if you guys want to go to the Cat and Bucket, because we're going to go to the Cat and Bucket, we can do that. But I've deemed that a loose end.
What was the original purpose of doing that?
So, I originally talked to Tim because I thought that maybe one of the people who worked on the boat as hospitality
Oh, right.
might have worked the hospitality at the party and were able to get in and out, and maybe that was the connection between the party and the boat.
Uh-huh.
Ah,
So the idea was to talk to Mom and be like, Tim told me to talk to Mom about getting a job
Right.
in the hospitality, but what I want to do is ask and be like, who was there and there at the same time? Because the guest list wouldn't tell us who was working the staff.
But since you no longer think that, since you have an inkling of who it might have been, you want to abandon. This is just me talking to Lisa.
Yeah, I
abandon
know.
that.
Kind of. Like, I don't know. Like, it. I'm so frustrated.
here.
Every time I'm like, no, it's not this. And I'm just like,
I mean, we could still pend it. Like, we don't have to go do it. Like, we can pend it and come back to it later. So,
yeah,
okay.
I have theory.
give me some theories.
I have a theory. All
Is
right.
this Hazel talking or is this Elisa talking?
This is Hazel talking.
Oh no.
We have a theory. Okay. So, the only person on that boat who actually tried to kill the governor was his drunken ass self. Okay? We had 3 prime suspects, 2 of which were on the boat, and yet neither killed the governor, only literally himself did. So that means the top of our suspect list is Zorn Lickjowl, who did not get on the boat.
He was on the boat. Oh no, he wasn't on the boat. Yeah, you're right. He wasn't on the boat.
Curtis just sort of looks at Hazel like, no. I mean, maybe, but no.
But we had 3 suspects.
Yes.
And 2 were on the boat.
Yes.
And one just cared about smoking, and one just cared about Clash. So whoever this third guy is must be Mr. Skulls and put skulls in my presence, Joe.
Would you guys like names to taverns while you process this?
I don't even know if I can process this right now.
Oh my god.
Love it.
I just look at Clash like, how do you feel about this? Like, is this? Do you agree with
This
this?
is the last person we have talked to.
Okay.
The only problem, excuse me, the only problem is someone came in to the governor's room and left a knife. Now, I was with Deline for a really long time on that ship, and that knife wasn't pretty enough for anything for her to own. So, really don't think Deline did it. And the dwarf wasn't there when it happened, so obviously it wasn't him. But someone came into his room and left that knife.
I have to say, I forgot about the knife until this moment. But he could have just been a drunken fool and stole that knife from the kitchen and just left it under his pillow after a midnight snack.
Can I nosebleed that Clutch took the knife?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it was in the bucket when they got ice. So
Yeah, if it. You know, no, I'm going to say no. Klesh was very distraught, and it probably was cleaned up by Louis.
that's true.
And Hazel would have thought to have stopped that evidence from being cleaned up because Hazel did not remember about the knife.
That's Hazel.
This is true.
So no, the tavern was not called Huzzah. It was called The Whole Package, but it had a Cheers vibe.
There you go.
Did write it down somewhere, for fuck's sake. So,
So it was a
So
closing
proud.
service joke and not a Cheers joke.
they have
The
Dancing
whole-
Weekly. And then Dort hangs out at a bar called Junit Another.
How is that spelled?
June as in the month, eat, as in that thing you do, and another. With extra R. And then Teth, he once told me, should I need to contact him, he could be to inquire of him at the restaurant called The Plume.
Plume?
Yes, you know, like a feather in your cap.
I don't know, but okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Benvolio. Can we please just do what I ask?
Although, Klesh, if that does occur to you now, the knife thing, roll me an insight check.
Insight. 9.
Damn, you'll never see that knife again.
Shit.
Oh.
Bane has not returned.
Oh, so yeah, just as you guys are sort of wrapping up, Bane comes in with Hepzibah in tow, and he's gently got her wrist in his mouth, and he's like, "The drool is so gross." Oh, no.
I just like her like, you get used to it.
No. What?
On purpose.
I wanted to know if Bane, did you do your job?
You hear as he releases the hand, and he goes, "Move." Yeah, he brought me the letter. Yeah, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I guess he didn't like that answer, and so now I'm here and I'm covered in drool.
I look at Benvolio, I'm like, you got a towel or something?
Like, yeah, yes. And he pulls out a little like a castanet, basically 2 stones. He sort of clicks them together and tucks them back into like just a moment, his dogs. And a moment later, some person with a towel comes over and is like, "Here you go," and she's like, "Ugh." Falstaff has also found himself back into the room. He's like, "Lunch." Dinner. I believe dinner this time. Yes, around here.
Supper?
Yes.
Supper.
Oh yes. Some tea. I believe it's time for tea.
11sies.
And then dinner.
Is he still floating?
Yeah.
Like a little boat.
Perhaps you would like to talk about some music ideas that we got inspired from on your boat, right, Hazel?
Yes. Yes. We have many inspirations. There was a little touch and go there for a moment.
Somewhere
some harrowing stuff.
where we could talk about these ideas.
She's like, no, Mitch does a lot of the writing. Like, are you guys? Come on.
Really? Because she's the one who sent us on this stupid thing. She has no questions for us.
He's like, you brought him back alive. That's good. And then Benvolio was like, if you're concerned about payment, that would be deposited directly into your personal accounts.
Well, it's not. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. We just wanted to clarify some things that I did not put in. Oh.
Okay.
Wait, does that mean this is done? You only worried about him up to right now? You're not concerned of...
I put my hand over Hazel's mouth and I'm like, somewhere where we could talk would be nice about
I'm pretty
the
sure
music.
Benvolio's in on it.
Pretty sure he is too, but I don't know if Falstaff is.
Oh, that's true. I forgot he was there.
He's just floating there like...
I know, right? I was all like, he doesn't need any more information. We already have a boon from him. I'll agree with that. So that's why I'm like, somewhere we could talk about the
Why
music.
would we bring him back?
Klesh pulls a gold out of their pocket and hands it to Polly and says, "Why don't you take Mr. Falstaff out for lunch?"
Okay. She just reaches her hand up again.
You get the little paw and he's like, okay.
Oh.
She's gonna go take the fat fox man for lunch.
So
After they exit.
So the rest of you are there in the foyer.
Yes. I finally let go of Hazel's mouth. I'm like, that little raccoon man is very, very dangerous. I do say raccoon man.
I think he's a fox.
You're not there, Polly.
She's yelling from outside.
She can feel it in the air. Whatever he is.
She's just like, fox.
And we shouldn't talk about this in front of him.
Oh, but you'll talk about the terrible things that we have to do with other people.
Yes.
Glare.
I will.
Anyway, your father's not dead, but he did die a little bit, but that was his own fault, his own drunken fault, but we got him back on his feet.
I look at Hesab, I was like, he drank too much and fell off the boat.
Again?
Yes. Except this time, he died. Don't say again.
No, that would be a first.
Good.
But only
And
a little bit. We've got him back on his feet. He's fine. He's fine.
we now own Mr. Fox Raccoon a boon because he helped us bring your back to life. And we still don't know who wanted to kill him. So, are we relieved of duty? Or are we still on duty?
No, you guys did what I asked, and you brought him back alive from the cruise down the river. And yeah, I got some other guys to keep an eye on him from here on out.
Are you sure? Because we can still take a step back, but still pretty invested in these skeleton head presence. I mean, that was a lot. That's a dangerous thing to be out there, and we can take care of it. We just need to figure out who did it.
I look at Hazel's like, we have other tasks ahead of us now. Best let this one go.
Somehow I feel like that is something that will come and bite us in the ass.
Perhaps you are correct. But for now, she said no. Respect her wishes.
It's fair. I would never disrespect the wishes of a lady or anyone, and so we will take a step back, but I'll still be on the lookout.
I look at
Thank
Benvolio.
you. If the other guys don't work out, I'll definitely contact you guys next. Or he'll be dead.
Yeah, I look at Klesh. I was like, Klesh, would you like to tell Hepzibah your thoughts?
My thoughts?
I think Deline is very pretty. And it's very nice that she...
You've been asking a lot about...
Yes.
I don't know if you want to tell her or not, so that's why I'm like...
Just, what is your opinion of Philvon and Teth?
Call them Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Tweedledwarf and Tweedlehuman?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, she's like, who?
You don't know who
Dwarf? Philvin Dort?
works for
You
your
don't-
dad?
You don't know of them?
I mean, there's a couple dwarves.
But this one has a name, and it's Philvin Dort.
Does he... He sort of like... She sort of like looks around as if she's about to say... About to tell a racist joke. She's like... Either one that smells like forest or like a chimney.
I've never taken the time to smell him.
I look at Benvolio as if he might have an answer.
But
Benvolio?
Oh, the
if
chimney
it's
one
the
is
one that smells like
probably
a chimney, it's
The dwarf
probably
from
the
the
one
north.
that smokes a pipe.
from the dwarf from the north.
Benvolio
Yes.
goes, smells like a forest. And she goes, oh. I don't know, he's been here a couple times at like parties.
You don't know anything else?
About him?
Yeah.
He always takes like an extra plate from the buffet.
What about the chimney one? Any bad vibes from the chimney one?
No, he's nice. He lets me have candy out of his jar at his desk.
Okay, well, what about Gilmetha Teth? Tall human?
He's like, Benvolio's like, he does the occasional message run. Been here several times for dinner with you as well. And she's like, no. My dad has a lot of guys who work for him. Sorry.
Carvis just sort of leans over, is like, we should.
Zane looks nonplussed. Either way.
Well, these
No,
deposits.
if I let him die, then Delene's deal wouldn't have gone through, and then
Oh.
can't have that. Anyway,
Yes.
okay.
Please remit payment to our accounts. Thank you.
Benvolio says, consider it done. Absolutely. If nothing else, Have a lovely day. And he holds the door open.
Oh man, let's go home. See if Elder's awake yet.
I mean, I'm gonna go find Polly and have some lunch as well.
Have lunch at the barracks.
Mm-hmm.
So you find Polly.
Wait, where's Hazel
Oh,
going?
I got money. I took him somewhere nice.
Yeah.
Wait, where's Hazel going?
Hazel wants lunch.
Okay.
Hazel's been on guard. Hazel didn't have anything since
So
a while, probably breakfast the day
Yeah,
before.
it's
I
been a
was
while
on.
for fun.
Alright, well, if everyone's going with Polly, then Carvis will come too. She'll be like, oh, okay, well, I guess we'll go get lunch.
So you happen upon Polly clapping with glee in front of a vendor cart. And Falstaff is floating at one end like a Kirby. And on sticks there are several pieces of food dangling out from the cart. And the cart owner is shaking his head like, no, you won't make it all the way down to the end. And Falstaff is like, nope, so the deal is if I manage to do it, it's free. So here we go.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Well, you know, I will leave it to your own headcanon as to whether or not he succeeds.
Obviously.
But otherwise, yes, you all reconvene. Railder continues to be unconscious, but I'm sure he'll have something to contribute when you tell him all about it when he wakes up again.
It's true.
Yes, you're all compensated. 500 gold.
Jeez, crazy.
Is that 100 a person?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'll just add it. I'm just gonna add 100 gold to my.
Slightly less than one for Bane's cut.
Slightly less than.
Well, if you're dividing by 6 for Bane.
Oh, Bane and I share.
Oh, okay.
She holds the purse in this relationship.
Okay.
So Carvis gets 165. No. All right.
This means Bane gets some really good food.
Okay.
Another spa day.
Yeah. Oh. Spa day for
He deserves
Bing.
it.
Yeah.
Alright,
he's
well,
probably
since
pretty
we don't have to
smelly.
figure out who's trying to kill him anymore.
This
Although
is gonna drive me insane. Continue, Flash.
Well, once they're sitting and drinking and eating, I asked the governor why his couriers were following us on our way home from visiting Duchess Fricta. And he had no idea. And then I had mentioned when we came back from the Kobold Cult and we ran into Teth, and Teth ran away and alerted someone very quickly of our arrival. But he has no recollection of any of this.
Falstaff raises a little paw.
Yes, Falstaff.
There's a cult of kobolds.
There's
Yeah,
a,
and they're God.
there is a clutch of kobolds who now have a cult for the almighty seeing eye of Hopper in the image of Polly.
My, that's a lot.
It was a lot.
Do you feel
It-
you're a
very
divinity of some
impressive.
sort, Polly?
Do I what?
You feel you're a divinity of some sort?
No.
Interesting. Sorry, please, go on.
That's funny that they do.
I agreed.
Carvis looks over and is like, civilization's probably collapsed by now. Don't think we can up those.
I'm pretty sure they can because Brigitte is still with them as their cleric.
I forgot about Persia.
Also, I'm a great role model.
Hierophant Brigitte.
I think so.
Yes. So,
They wrote songs about me.
Hi.
Insight
and now
checks.
that
We're
they're
kind of
not,
dirty.
All around.
Yeah.
Insight checks.
Yes.
Okay.
and now that they're not consuming so much bravery juice, it might be a lot easier to maintain.
8.
Insight?
Yep.
Insight. 6 minus 1 for a 5.
Hey!
Hey!
18.
What was
1
Clash's?
for Lisa.
Clash?
14?
14.
All right, let me do it this way. Clash. Politicians lie. Jarvis,
Yes?
maybe Louis knows where the dagger went.
Clash, Carver starts going like his shoes are doing. Do we want the dagger, right? Do we want the dagger?
We do. Hazel was that's what prompted you to think about it.
Louis might know where the dagger went. He does clean things.
True, he did clean the room.
I'd like to know what our 5 got us.
What did your 5 get you?
Yes.
Your 5 got you.
Is this ice in my drink? I didn't ask for ice. Is this ice?
Oh. When we were talking to the governor, he called the old man like a bastard man. Like, he doesn't like Atarik. He doesn't like the old man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't.
He doesn't like him.
Oh, that was what you discovered.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
The governor doesn't like him.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, I also equally don't think that Commander Atarik pretty much cares for the governor, and to be honest, I don't blame him.
True. But that might be why he's lying about sending people to watch us.
Did I get the feeling he was lying to me, or is that what you made me make an insight check for?
Yeah, he could have absolutely been lying to you, and you probably you're not sure. You're not sure whether or not they were lies, but he is not a man of his. He is someone who does lie to people.
That's true stories.
Like the whole oh, it's not, paying you off and giving you favors to keep quiet. You're like, that's not. He spun it to sound all pretty, but you know when it's wrong.
Yeah. It's newfound maturity that Clutch has.
Like I said, we could probably talk to Louis if we still want to. I think I look at Falstaff, like, do we have time before we need to deliver your package?
He's like, well, I was going to go over that over dinner, yes, if you wish. I didn't have a particular time frame on it, but, sometime this century.
Okay, well, what do you need done?
Oh, excellent. So, I'm going to stop by a friend of mine to acquire the item, and then let's see. How about I meet you at a restaurant of your choosing, and my treat. I'll hand you the item there, and give you the instructions on whom to deliver it, and then you can be on your way as you wish.
Fantasy IHOP.
What was that?
I said fantasy IHOP.
We'll see.
Said of my choosing.
You did say of her choosing.
Maybe it's M-Hop, which is magical house of
Pancakes.
There we go.
You're all welcome.
Okay.
At least not M-Hop.
Clash. How do we get to Tarj?
Well, it's to the north.
Oh, so the
And
south.
Wait, the south, right?
South, sorry.
It's okay.
It's the dwarves from the north. the lady is from the south. Your girlfriend's from the south. Your girlfriend's from the south.
Oh, did you guys make it official?
like Carvis like nudges like Hazel like
I don't know.
Holly, there is a establishment in Gravisport known as the Rake's Cakes. And you don't get why that's funny to everyone, but those pancakes are amazing. And you've never actually seen any of the waiters balance it on their butt like the sign out front? And
But
you
maybe
wanted
one
to
day.
ask a couple times, but you're really more interested in the actual pancakes, the flapjacks.
That's absolutely what she chooses. I love it.
I don't know. Was I supposed to?
I thought you might know because you hurry.
No, Clutch is talking about the your girlfriend.
Oh, okay, yeah, but yeah, no,
That's
Carmen
up to
still
you.
asked that question
Never.
about like, don't you know because you're a courier?
I lock it down.
Because if you have romantic intentions and you want to see this through, you can make those known. But also, this is your first relationship, and we don't want you to rush into anything. So it's okay to take it slow.
As your
She's
parents.
a very fancy woman. You're gonna want to
Well,
lock that down.
I already asked if she wanted to come with us.
There we go. See, that's showing that you have interest in taking this the next step further.
Going on a vacation with your family is a big step.
I mean,
I look at Clash. I was like, that's very serious.
But if she tries to if she's going too fast for you, say no, okay? It's okay.
Can I
It's
be your
okay.
wedding?
Holly.
I don't know what's happening.
Happening?
What is
Boundaries.
weddings? Okay. I was
Boundaries?
like, what's a wedding?
A winter
Okay,
wedding would be lovely with the green and her complexion.
Is that what Falstaff is saying?
Oh yeah.
Yes, so right.
I look. I was like, he can officiate.
I can.
So I've heard. Okay, to answer your question, other question, Carvis, I've never been to Targine, but Deline has told me a lot about it, and we looked at maps together, and I have drawn a map, but also she expressed interest in joining me on this trip because she said it's been a long time since she's visited her home, so I thought it would be a good idea to have an experienced guide, and I enjoy her company, so I have asked if she'd like to join.
That is fine by me.
It is
I
serious.
just want to know. Well, no, that actually works out well because I would then like to visit Deline and ask her what sort of provisions we will need for our journey, whether we will need horses and carts, or we get there by boat, or...
She says there will be very little water.
Okay, but perhaps we might need horses
It's
and
desert
carts.
land.
Oh. I don't know what I need for desert land. I would like to talk to Deline about her recommendations for provision.
Certainly. But I also thought of something.
Yes.
What is it, Flash?
What is it, boy?
Did your realtor fall down the well?
I
Baby.
I
You
mean,
don't know. Who's watching him?
the governor did. He fell into the drink. When we went to that dwarf tavern with the Targe lady and her dwarf husband
Ah, the
and their
Frick June.
child. What?
The Frick June.
Frick June. Yes.
Hold on, let me triple check because this is one of my favorites.
Frickin' June. Da frickin' June. Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct. Yes, so da frickin' June. When we went there, the lady who owned it, whom I know very well because I've been through that town many times, had mentioned that the Targine people are not welcoming to Asimar people.
I do a
That would not be a
slow
problem.
pan at like Polly.
Who does not understand that they're an Asimar?
I know.
Why is that a problem? I don't even know what that is.
Oh no.
Oh, that's what she said. You.
What?
That's
Oh
you.
dear.
No, what?
Oh, that's delicious.
And what?
Why wouldn't they like Polly there? That's just rude.
Why are they calling me names?
Think there has something to do with the type of people and past and angers and things. I didn't quite get too much of the story out of it. But Polly, you know how I'm a Verdan and I used to be really little and I don't remember anything about
It's like the weirdest
wear your
birds
little
and the
sailor
bees
suit?
talk
Yeah.
that's about to
Mhm,
happen.
yeah. And remember how on the ship we talked about how I don't know anything about my past because Verdan just don't know. We don't remember. And then we go through this terrible change that you all witnessed. It was really, really terrible. And now I'm like this. So I think that you don't remember something about you. Because you have those really pretty wings and not everybody has those. And I think that's a part of something that you don't know about you.
It's a party trick.
Yes, but they're a part of your body. It's not a party trick. It's part of you.
I love you right now.
Yes, and then sometimes you make a lot of glittering and your eyes are sparkly. So
I look at Clash and I'm like
I don't think it's working either. But
Okay.
Clash? Clash, my dear.
yes.
Would you like to know what it was like before you remember?
Oh. Not now. Not
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Maybe later.
Would you like for Polly to understand what you're telling her?
Only if it's not going to upset her.
Oh, well, that's up to her. I can't. Oh, no, it's fine. Okay. It sort of floats back.
I'm like, I just look at him and like, I'm keeping on you little fox
Oh,
raccoon
it's
man.
being so weird.
I just want to make
Polly.
sure
Wouldn't
that
you like to go back to Waterdeep?
safe.
Another time.
All right.
I look at Polly and I'm like, Polly, you know how sometimes people just don't like other people because of the way they look? Like,
Yeah.
this group of people will not like you because of the way you look.
What's wrong with the way I look?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Beautiful.
They think, though, there's something wrong with it. And we should disguise you if we're
But
going.
why me specifically? They're gonna be okay with Hazel? We're exactly the same.
Well, you have pretty angel wings and pretty eyes, and apparently they don't like pretty wings and eyes.
That is correct. They do not.
They don't like them.
Not all of them.
It's pretty shitty. I mean, I'm not supposed to curse. It's pretty bad.
I thought we got like one per. I think we get like one per.
No, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem. I'm just a normal human girl.
Yes, but because sometimes you have pretty wings and you have very pretty eyes, they will not like that. They
You're
are
too
very,
pretty for them.
They are very, very mean and judgy about that.
Clash is having some feelings about all this, like, they're mean, they're angry, they're judgy. I'm like,
I know, but like she has no other way to like explain.
I know.
So it's
Not
just
all of them.
Falstaff
no,
says.
not all of them.
Falstaff
No,
says.
we never want to making generalizations is how some people have come to hate things like Polly's pretty wings and eyes. Generalizations, and that's why we need to stop and smash out. So we could use this as an opportunity to build bridges.
I look at Hazel and I go, yes. After we have hidden her first, because sometimes the best way is to go in disguised and establish a very good relationship and then reveal your true nature to say, it was me all along.
You
I'm gonna
know,
look at Falstaff and be like, is that something you can do?
he's like, oh, absolutely.
Can I be a possum?
Oh yeah, I could make you into a possum.
Look at, maybe we
But you
should.
know who knows a person best usually in the world? Their parents.
They can't make me into a possum.
No, but they might be able to give you an idea of what they're talking about.
I was a miracle.
He almost flips in a full circle. You should definitely talk to your parents then.
No, my mother terrifies me. Can I be a possum now?
Absolutely. Now,
Wait,
How do you feel-
how long will she be a possum for?
how long would you like to be a possum, dear?
How long do I need people not to be mad at me for looking like this?
I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take us. How long it's going to get to Tarjine. I don't know how long
We
we're going
just
to
put a cape on Polly or
be there for-
something.
Look.
Oh,
She's the
just-
one who wanted to be a
Sweet
possum.
shade,
I could
sweet
probably
shade.
add a cape to the possum.
But possum can't do, you know, we would miss out on Polly's company.
They have no dexterous hands.
She can still fire a gun.
I guess that's just.
I think she would need a smaller rifle in that case.
Oh, I've got a handgun. I'll just use that.
I can also shrink the rifle.
I don't know the last time someone tried to shrink something when we were around. It didn't work out really well. We don't talk about that.
Oh, when we were pooped out by a dragon turtle.
We agreed.
We agreed not to talk about being pooped out by a dragon turtle.
Yes.
Oh, fascinating. How did that happen?
I will tell you about that some other time. Don't ask Paul.
No, you won't because we don't talk about it.
Well, he swallowed us, and then we had to go out the other end.
Wait, didn't you tell me about it? Or was that a dream? I remember you saying we don't talk about this at some point earlier, and I'm trying to remember it.
We don't talk about this a lot.
Oh, you mean about when we were pooped out by the dragon turtle?
I'd like to be a possum with a gun now.
What?
No.
First, we go talk to Deline and find out how long you need to be a possum for.
So Clutch is gonna pull out the maps that they and Deline drew out together
Sure.
and roll them out and be like, this map looks like, and do I do like a survival?
To see how long it would get there.
Oh, yeah, either survival or nature.
Well, let's assume that we have horses for this.
Yeah.
Some kind of transportation.
Ooh, nat 20 on survival.
Sweet. So many moons ago, there was a really crappy map that I made with a map maker and like paint that some people may or may not remember, and maybe one day I'll actually have someone do a good one. But yes, from Gravisport to the proper nation of Tarj would take about a week to a month's travel, as you
Even
would.
on horse?
Yeah. Because you would travel south out of Gravisport into the Duchy of Newell, through a sliver of the Stormhaft Empire, and then through the greater portion of the liberated Tarjan states, which was the northern chunk of Tarj until the war. And then through the Tarjan Desert.
Is it possible for you to give her something so that she can undo being a possum whenever she wants?
Yeah, I get.
Okay. Let's go with that. Polly, is that okay with you? You'll be turned into a possum, and then whenever we don't need you to be a possum anymore, you will use whatever he gives you, so you won't be a possum anymore. Oh, okay.
He looks you dead in the face, Polly, and he goes, "What will you give me in return?"
Oh.
Polly starts rifling through her backpack.
He's sort of looking like someone expectantly waiting for a snack.
Sounds like a granola
Oh, she
bar.
does have provisions. She just, like, empties jerky into his hand.
Well, he doesn't have his hands out. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, that's good, but I'm going to need something juicier than that."
I don't have any perishables in my backpack. But I can give you a hand axe.
A what?
A hand axe.
Oh, a hand axe.
Yep.
He's like, he goes, "Earlier you said that you considered your activation a party trick. Perhaps you can grant me that for a time.
What, you'll make me do the party trick?
I would take the party trick from you for a while, so that I can use it elsewhere."
How do you do that?
Hmm?
How would you do that?
Oh, the same way I'd make you into a possum. Magic.
I look at Polly and I guess kind of like shake my head like, don't do it. Don't.
Oh, Polly, don't trade your wings. They're so pretty.
I do like them.
He makes the little like hand motion. He's like, "Possum with a cape."
I look at Polly, I'm like, I don't think it's a good
Insight check.
X.
Do it, but I don't know.
Ah, fuck.
What's my insight, like 1? So that's a 9.
Polly, I think you absolutely I think however you've understood the deal so far is exactly how you continue to understand the deal.
So it's not at all.
Pretty much. What else do we get?
Got an 8.
17.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, because I got 9 when I just won. I got 8 too.
Jesus.
So yeah, Carvis and Hazel, you're like, this feels wrong. Klesh, you're like, no, this is how we ended up here in the first place, and we don't know what. That's this. She's literally making a deal with the devil.
Here, Polly, Hazel wears like this green cape with his kind of golden armor and just like gives it to Polly. Be like, just have the cape. I think the cape will be fine.
Flesh, have you heard about Holly's family or Polly's family? Like, has Polly talked about her family before?
Only that her mother is part of the military and someone on the crew of the Passing Wind knew her mother. One of the gnomes, the one in full plate, knew her mother. His armor was made by the same person as hers. So her dad?
Yeah?
My dad's an inventor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his full plate armor was made by the same maker as your mother's armor. And they knew each other. Is your mom a paladin?
I think.
Yes.
But both
Nobody
in the
knows.
military. Yeah.
Yes.
I think she was a paladin.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, her mom's a paladin and her dad's an artificer.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know that much.
So yeah, you think her mother would have many opinions on this at the very least.
Clutch puts a hand over Polly's very lightly and says, I know what it's like to want to be something that you're not. Very much. And things look very fun when you can change your shape. Sometimes it's not. But I also know that you were given this shape for a very special reason, and your mother thought it was special because she called you a miracle, and I think she might be disappointed if you gave it away. We don't want her to be disappointed.
She's terrifying.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Is there something else you would take in exchange for possum abilities?
How about a small pony?
Oh,
No.
don't give up your pony.
I can't ride my pony anymore.
But you.
He's sort of thinking about it. He's like, he looks over and goes, "Well, young Master Nert, maybe.
Yes.
Are you willing to give up something to make her a possum?"
I look at Hazel. Carvis looks at Hazel and is like, "No, don't do it." I before Hazel could actually say anything, Carvis cuts in and she's like, "We are pending this discussion until later because we are not leaving today. We still need to talk to Deline." I look at him. I was like, "And you, Mr. Raccoon Man, I am watching you."
Mr.
Oh, good.
I look at Hazel and I look at Polly. No decisions will be made tonight.
That's
I also
fair.
have a
Of course.
trident.
What?
I also have a trident.
I look at Polly. I was like, Carvis actually looks at Polly and was like, "Polly, I don't think
And a crowbar.
I'm sure, but he needs something of great or equal exchange for this to happen.
It's a very nice crowbar.
I'm sure. Let's finish dinner and let's go." And then I put Bane, like, in between Polly and, like, Falstaff, like, on purpose, like, blocking him now. And I go, "You will stay there until we leave."
Oh, he's just gonna, like, sadly hug Bane.
Bane, you get the
You
weight.
let me be a possum.
You get the weight of the head, and you can tell through those dumb big brown eyes that absolutely he would make you a possum in a heartbeat for no cost.
Because he's a good boy.
Yeah, he's a very good boy.
He is a very good boy.
Falstaff sort of he basically has a shit-eating grin and sort of regards all of you. Goes, "Well, would you change your mind before this evening's delicacies? You have but to shout my name and I will be there."
What time of day is it?
But we were just
Mid-afternoon.
finishing
Oh,
lunch.
mid-afternoon. Oh, lunch. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has to see a friend to get the package. And
Right,
then
and
we'll
we
meet
need
him
to go
dinner.
see Deline. Okay, yeah, alright,
Yeah.
yeah. I just look at him like, squint.
Oh,
So-
now you're wary of him. That's fine. Great.
He just sort of floats backwards, like he's on a recliner.
Does Bane still have his wreath of flowers?
Absolutely.
They're magic.
Exactly.
Yeah. He didn't seem interested in them, though.
We didn't offer it.
I still feel like, JC feels like we should still pen the discussion until after we talk to Deline.
No,
because
I,
we'll still have
I
time.
entirely agree.
Okay.
There you go. That's...
Give people some time to think about their decisions.
If there's anyone in this group of people that knows what it's like to not want to be what they are,
Let me
I
see
get
what
you.
the stat block looks like for a possum.
Oh,
She
God.
just wants to be a little bramble man.
We just don't want you to trade away your precious, beautiful, pretty wings. 5 wings, I would trade them.
they're
And
also
quite
very
dashing
helpful.
with wings.
Yeah, why don't you? It's like a normal human thing.
No, you're the only human I've ever met with wings.
Oh boy.
You sure you're just not trying hard enough?
I look at Polly and I go, You are not the only human I have ever met with.
Oh, see?
But they
Wow.
were Asmar.
I don't know what that is.
I know.
To Deline.
Hey, as we walk out, I just do like this to Falstaff.
He's gone.
Like,
He's gone.
oh, he's gone?
Yeah,
I do it to where he,
he's
at the
floated
direction
away.
he went to, so he can feel it a mile away.
Rat.
Alright, we're going to Delene's.
Yeah, you guys hike out and head up to the apartment building. And yeah, you come up onto the stoop, and there's the door, and it's locked. And, I'm guessing you knock, right?
I would let Klesh be the way.
So did we get past the door person?
No.
Like straight to her apartment? Okay, yes. So Klesh knocks.
Yeah. And then it's, hey, look, it's that same goofy kid in the like tabard, and it's like, hello. with the
Hello again.
dramatic eye with that mascara. Yeah.
I'm Klesh, and we are here to see Deline. Would you let her know that we are here?
The eyes get huge. She goes, oh, yes, yes, yeah, oh yeah, like just wide open door. Come. Yeah. So, sort of walking upstairs. How long have you known Ms. Last name, Miss Jahet?
I mean, you were here the last time we were here when we met her.
Oh, was that the first time you met her?
This guy.
Ooh. she's like, and so like, have you been together like all the time since the last time you were here?
Well, we did spend most of our time together on the boat.
On the boat? What boat?
Yes, we were on a cruise.
Ooh. she kind of looks like, she's like all of you?
No, just me. I mean, they were on the boat too, but
Like, we were on a boat too. What even?
There was no
was
when
right
we were on the
there.
boat, but we weren't in the cabin like some people.
She looks over, she's like, oh really? Like some people, like, were they in the cabin like all the time?
Yeah.
Wow.
we came out for meals and to see the music.
Well, one would.
Come up for
yeah.
air.
Wow. Are you like tired?
No,
Wow. Wow.
Well, they're very young.
You've heard them say the stamina of the youth.
I mean, Klesh is a fighter.
And they're like, no, thank you. Yeah, no, anytime. Anytime. Just, yeah, come on by. If you want to chat, totally.
That's very kind of you.
Yes. And they're kind of just there at the door like, do you need anything else? Like,
No, and then reaches up and knocks on Delene's door.
as soon as you start knocking, they're like, okay, thanks, have a nice day. And like scurries back down the
Bye.
After a moment or two, the door opens. It's like, what? Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Yeah?
Well, we had some questions about the journey to. Is it Tarjine or Tarj?
He's going back and forth.
The nation is Tarj.
Okay,
And
thank you.
someone who
Who
is
is there?
of Tarj
is a
Is
Tarjine.
Tarjine.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. So we all had some questions about the journey to Tarj. And Carvis asked if we might meet with you.
He's like, yeah, come on in. She opens up the door and lets you all in, and yeah, no, it's a pretty sumptuous situation. There's like cushions and curtains, and the breeze of the delta just sort of floats in, and she's wearing like a a little bit of a thicker robe, but it's still just tied off, and there's a lot of leg. And she's like, yeah, help yourself. Just anything that's not in a cabinet. Anything in a cabinet that's for like special occasions. And she sort of leans over to you, Clash, and she's like, well, if you want anything, let me know. I'll get it. And she's like, and then Rivy's down in the back. Don't go to my bedroom. Except you, Clash, of course. And then, yeah, and she sort of like drapes herself on one of the higher cushions. She's like, what can I tell you about Taj?
Well, we've never been before, and I need to know. We need horses to get there, and carts, and what does one wear in a desert?
And why do they hate me?
I look at
Actually,
Deline, and I kind of like shake my head and then go, what Polly means is, well, we need to disguise her.
I'm
what?
concerned about that.
So Deline doesn't pick up on this, because if I remember correctly,
Deline noticed her when we first came.
Oh, well, she's been doing the teller, so she.
We did. Okay.
Yeah, Deline immediately was like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And then Clutch was like, "Hi, I'm charming."
Right. Okay. So she would be. She'd be like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, horses and carts will get you there. That's good. You'll probably want to swap over to camels, as they're a little more robust in the desert. But horses can survive if you pack extra water and don't push them too hard through the day.
Should we get camels from here all the way to there?
She laughs, and it's like caramel running over dates. But she's like, there are no camels in Gravisport.
Okay,
Poor
so
things, thank God.
So we take horses first, then
We
camels.
could probably swap out in the Tarj. The states. She sort of licks her fingers. Or if you travel farther east, west into Stormhaft, south of their capital, they probably have some there as well, and that will push you through the desert. But yeah, you come back to the Polly question.
Not yet. I'm like, and as far as like year goes, would you have any recommendation of like, how like there's special enchantments for water walking and special enchantments for other things?
Oh yes.
Do you have any recommendations on some enchantments we should maybe look into?
Absolutely. So she looks directly at Klesh. She's like, "So, am I still invited?"
Of course.
She's like, "Yes." So,
Clutch has been mapping out the path that she's been saying, but in like the margins, he's like sketching her form. They just can't help it.
You get a couple of these, and it's oh my god, it's delicious. And she's like, yes, if we head down through Newhall and then follow the main shipping road over into the Stormhaft proper, I know a gentleman there who can outfit us with trinkets and baubles that will help you push through the desert and will help me maintain freshness as well. Because, trust me, the sands don't care who you are.
Wonderful. We will have to talk to the governor because he's going to help with those things.
Oh, right. On his dime? Oh. She grabs you, Klesh, and she's just, mwah, mwah, you are the best. Like a good luck charm.
You blush.
Terribly.
I nudge Hazel. I'm like,
all muddy, murky cheeks again.
Great. Then we should go do that sooner rather than later, I believe. And now, in regards to Polly, should we disguise her?
So, as long as we don't head east towards the coast, south of the state, we should be fine. Be fine. That's mostly where her kind is not welcome.
I don't know exactly where we have to deliver this package.
Well, honey, you don't know.
Doesn't know.
I just wanted to be a possum.
You could. I don't. T'Challa, if you know something about what's up.
Opossum? Opossum would die.
Oh, see, Polly, you can't be a possum.
Ooh, maybe a scorpion.
No,
That's too
they're
small.
not cute.
Oh no,
They don't have
there's
little
big ones.
hands.
Big as a man.
Polly, I really think we should stick to humanoid figures so you can use your hands. And apparently possums don't do
Have little hands.
possums don't do well in the desert, Polly. You
mean-
can't be a possum.
With a magic item that helps through the. Who's going to turn her into a possum?
Carvis frowns and is like,
All
stop
stuff.
for an exchange.
Oh no. No.
See? No.
This is the worst day ever.
You got pancakes.
Polly,
I'm gonna get pancakes.
there are spells we could learn in the future, and one day we could probably turn you into a possum for fun, which would be even more. Possum for fun would be even better than possum for purpose. Well, this is my promise to you. When I study these bard spells and get better at this, one day I will learn to turn you into a possum, and I will ask no price. So just stick with me. I just have to, keep on. We're working on this.
Hashtag possum for purpose.
I'll get you to be a possum for fun, and I won't take anything for it.
So Deline is like,
That
there was
didn't matter.
a sort of enclave of awesome air.
Zoom night.
And they had a strong presence in the Taj court years ago, or I was born, which was not that long ago. And because of their maneuverings in the court, and because they were basically a contradiction to the godhood of the emperor, and because the emperor didn't like them, there was a bit of a crusade to exterminate them entirely and paint them as demons who ate babies, effectively.
What?
Yeah.
People actually believe that?
People believe a lot of things.
Oh, that's terrible.
So, as far as we know, there are no more Aasimar in Taj or on the continent, as far as anyone's aware, so that's why you're a bit of a shock. There's even a dedicated zealot group who dedicate their lives to hunting and killing Aasimar. Supposedly there hasn't been any in recent days, but who knows? A very secretive organization.
I just look at Polly, I was like, we'll definitely need to disguise.
Well, I tried. You guys said no.
Look, if Mr. Raccoon Man was willing to negotiate with us, I would be all for this. But he is asking you to give up something very, very great and could possibly be important and helpful. It's not worth it.
This is a terrible family. You don't even remember what it's like to be my age.
Polly, how old are you?
That's true, though. I don't remember being your age.
You get Delene's gentle hand on your cheek, Clash. She's like, "Oh, honey."
You're right.
But really though, Polly, how old are you?
She goes, "Hazel, don't ask a lady that question."
I'm 23.
And that's very good for you.
I remember last year.
Unless you're making sure she's of age, then no.
We're married. So why I should have known that. Yeah.
He's still going along with it.
Delene's eyes roll out of the fucking apartment.
Okay. Well now.
Like, you should ask that raccoon man for a little more wherewithal.
It's too much wherewithal. Okay. So, we shall now go and procure... We shall now go to talk to the governor so we can go procure the items we need so we can then meet Falstaff and leave town.
Well, I think it might be easier to get the governor to give us money if we give him an estimate.
I look at
What do
Delene.
you think we should ask for, Deline?
Yeah, I look at Delene like...
Delene's already got like a little itemized list together, and she's like, that.
I look over Klesh's... I try to look over Klesh's shoulder, except she's a little too tall. Or they're a little too tall for me. So I'm like, what does it say? Can't see.
So we should ask for double this, right?
And she's like, oh, yes.
Okay. Fold. Tuck.
Polly's just gonna be like, add a possum costume.
With as much as I'm asking for, we can have one made for you. By that nice shop who made my sailor suit.
At the very least, she wants a possum kigurumi.
You know what? If that will make her happy, we're fucking on it. We're on it.
And that would be successful in hiding the wings. Right?
No.
Because they'd be like in the kirigumi.
No.
Not how they work.
No.
The wings aren't out all the time. They only pop out when she wants them out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was about to say, as far as I know, they're like attached.
But if you
they're
want
still,
them out, you can
I
find them
know,
out
I
regardless of
know.
your pajamas.
Yeah.
I would assume the glowy eyes are more of the issue.
Some stunner shades.
Column A, column B.
Possum mask.
Yeah, we'll make you like a Jujutsu Kaisen eye mask. No one will know.
Okay. So, for expediency's sake, you arrange with the governor, you get some gear together, everything you need kitted out, and with these grim revelations, we'll go ahead and call it there for the night.
Yeah.
And we'll pick up again with your discussion and pickup with Falstaff next time on Front Shills, the Dicening, Atarik's crew.
Choo choo choo.
And as always, we thank our benevolent benefactors, mysterious or no, Nomad, Doomsayer, Yev, and Backblaze. So engage on social, tell them how cool it is, click the buttons and the links and the things. And of course, thank you to you for joining us for this, and to these lovely people for playing Pretend with me. We will see you next time. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.